It's time to try defying gravity. Yo, I'm sorry. This is what we do in OTS, okay? That was my tribute to the newly released classic musical, Wicked. Actually, let me say that again. Wicked. Okay, I'm gonna say it like that throughout the whole video, all right? Wicked. We're gonna dive deep into it. We're gonna go to Shiz University and go all about Wicked. Oh, excuse me, Wicked, okay? So y'all give me a thumbs up for that singing, man. You know, your boy, I used to be an R&B sensation, but right now it's a little chilly. There's helicopters all over the place. There's people looking at me, so, hey man, give your boy some slack, okay? Anyways, I think the witch is coming. Just hold on for a second, guys. Let's wait 1 second. The witches are coming, okay? All right. So, once again, welcome. I am your introverted and extroverted host, David. And we're going to talk everything about Wicked. And let me just be honest, I saw it, okay? I wouldn't have talked about it if I didn't see the movie yet, and I watched it. And I have an expertise of a rating that I want to reveal probably in the middle of this podcast, okay? So wait for that expert rating that I'm going to give. And now let me just give you a quick disclaimer. All the Wicked fans, please turn away, okay? Because your boy, I ain't going to lie, I didn't know too much about Wicked, okay? All I knew, yes, it has to do with the Wizard of Oz. I didn't watch Wizard of Oz, okay? I'm sorry. Please don't attack me. All I know from Wizard of Oz is there's a little young lady, there's a lion man, there's a tin man, there's a scarecrow man, and then they're like in some kind of alternate reality or world, right? They're in the land of Oz, and there's this wizard and there's this witch that we all know to be the Green Witch. Anyways, hence why I tried to match the color of the Green Witch by wearing some green, but I think I end up looking like a Laker subway or something. I don't know, guys. Please don't go too hard on the comments now, okay? But anyways, I just want to say we have some good background music and everything, boy. Oh my goodness, I think the Munchkins are here. But anyways, now, as I mentioned, that was the disclaimer. Wicked fans, I apologize. Please don't thrash me. This is all for the Wicked beginners, okay, like me. And so I just want to say, it was great. I thought the visuals was amazing. Of course, you get it's a prequel basically from Wizard of Oz of how the witch became the witch, or how both of the witches became who they were, right? So I thought that was very interesting. I love prequels because you get to know what happened before. You know, I love stories like that. And when movies and filmmakers and directors do prequels, I'm actually a fan. Like Star Wars, right? We got all these classic movies that does amazing prequels. But anyways, when I watched it, it was cool, man. I thought, once again, the visuals were amazing. I think I saw an interview from the production designer, I think. It was more practical things. It wasn't much CG, added. I think there was a little bit, but there wasn't too much. But the craziest fact that I did hear was that they planted literally 9 million tulips to make that opening scene. If y'all seen, and don't let me spoil it for you. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it and come right back to this podcast, okay? But anyways, if you watched it, as you may know, in the beginning scene, the kids are running in the open fields. See this gigantic open field? That's basically real, right? They made the Munchkin land. They made basically the land of Oz. They all made it all practically. And so the man said he planted 9 million tulips for this set. And I'm like, goodness gracious. It's crazy, right? And they did such an amazing job. And I think they added like a little bit of CG, but basically they're all practical things. And that blew me away. I saw that interview and like, wow. And by the way, to study this, I looked up all the Wicked stuff, and my algorithm is wicked, okay? It's all filled with Cynthia and Ariana, so it's good to have. My algorithm is full of Wicked, and I love it. And I kind of became a fan. It's amazing. It's a great series. Great story. Great story. Anyways, and what my next critique or my thoughts I wanted to say was some random musical facts about Wicked that I didn't know. I didn't know that Wicked was one of the 4th longest running Broadway musicals of all time, and it's crazy. It's really crazy. I didn't know it was that long, and I would hear it from here to there, like, oh, it's a musical, it's a musical, but I didn't know it was like one of the most popular musicals. Fourth longest, basically 20 plus years, and I think they did about 7,000 plus live shows. That's incredible. Everyone from the beginning, and I'll get to the classic, the two witch actresses, right? Miss Menzies, right? The lady that sang Frozen, the Queen of Broadway. She was basically the main evil witch. Elphaba. Sorry, I almost forgot the name. Elphaba she played that Miss Let It Go, Miss Frozen. She was the one that played Elphaba, and then we had I forgot her other name. I have it here. The other good witch, and which, by the way, they came out in the actual movie. Like, it was a good tribute that they were able to bring the original two witches from the Broadway. They're actually in it. Again, I'm sorry if spoiler alert. There's a lot of spoilers here. They end up coming out, and then they sing for us. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. On to the next one. I personally thought, right? So I came in there, wow, it's gonna be a musical movie. It's a classic Broadway, right? They got amazing songs, and when I did listen to it, and again, Wicked fans, I apologize. Please look to your left and look away from what I'm about to say. I thought the songs from Wicked were a little so-so, okay? I'm sorry. For me personally, I thought it was, because I had such a high expectation now, okay? I've seen, right, we've seen The Greatest Showman. We've seen Hamilton, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I really like Greatest Showman. That's like literally one of my favorite musical movies ever. That's what I did with Greatest Showman. I just walked in without really knowing much, The people that don't know about musical, that are not the biggest fans, but you hear the hype and you check it out, and it blew me away. Them songs, almost every single song from The Greatest Showman was incredible. And so that's why I had such a high expectation. And don't get me wrong, it's great, but to my ears, Popular and all these songs, all that songs was cool. But, I didn't really, well, number one, sonically and the melody, maybe it wasn't like my style. I don't know. It was great. Mr. Prince Fiero did his thing. He did dancing in the little library. And then, of course, Elphaba and Ariana and all these, they did an amazing job. They sang, which, by the way, another quick fact, they sang all that live. I seen the interviews, I seen the director doing it, and he definitely said that they sung all the songs you hear live, which blew me away. I'm like, of course, it's Ariana. She's a legend, but I heard she did take some lessons as an opera singer to go even higher. And, you need that different type of range when you're in the musical game, in the musical genre. That's a whole nother level. So it was interesting, man. So I respect it. I don't take anything away from it. But my personal, honest opinion was the songs were a little so-so, okay? Defying Gravity, amazing. I thought that was good. I thought that was an amazing moment at the end when they started harmonizing. It was beautiful, man. Defying Gravity. It was great, man. I know I'm a little off key, but it's all right, I'm just learning. But again, that song was amazing, but the rest of them was, to me, I think it could have been a little better, because I like me a little more dramatic things, and it was more like kind of bubbly, whimsical musical style songs, which is good. I'm sure all the OGs of Wicked, they know, and they sung every line, every word, but your boy wasn't really my type, so I apologize. But anyways, so the songs were okay. And again, speaking of Greatest Showman, Kiala Settle, amazing. She's in the movie, and y'all lucky she didn't sing, because if she sang, the whole world would have been upside down. Oh, the Wizard of Oz would have been upside down if she started singing. I was really hoping she would start singing, but it's fine. It wasn't her role. Her role was actually a little bit of the antagonist, which I get it, but her being in that film was amazing. And by the way, Cynthia was the original member of one of the Greatest Showmen. I believe maybe like the choir member or something. So these people they're all really good. They're all professionals, musical legends. And I'm so glad that they kind of intertwine in between each movies. They don't just stay in that realm of one musical, right? They bounce in and out. They go different places. And, their voices are needed. So I thought that was a great appearance. Please let me know if you thought that was a great appearance too. And let me know what are some of your favorite musicals. You got to list them all down, please, so I get to watch them. Please recommend any good musicals for me, because I don't know. All I know is The Greatest Showman and Hamilton and now Wicked. And there's like, Maleficent, Enchanted, whatever, How to Train a Dragon, I don't know. There's all kinds of little musicals. Sorry, How to Train a Dragon is not a musical, I apologize. But there are a lot of musicals that I never watched. And of course, you got the classic, like The Lion King and like, I think, Aladdin and all these other amazing like musicals that we all know of. And I'm sorry, I just haven't watched it. I need to go watch a musical. I'm sorry, guys. Let me go watch a musical and let me do another podcast just on Broadway's. We'll see. Anyways, on to the next. And I actually, I want a little more action. I get it. It's about the story. It's about, and we'll get to the meanings behind the movie and what I thought and what I researched. There's like a deeper meaning, as always, right? There's a message to every movie. And so, but your boy wanted a little more action. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, it's crazy. I think you see these flying creatures, right? It looks all epic. Like they're in this like, they're in Oz and like all these stuff is kind of dramatic. And I'm like, okay, it's about to go down, man. These witches are about to whoop whoop. They're about to fight each other, blast each other with little magical powers. You know what I'm saying? And there you got these creatures. But the whole movie musical, of course, it's a musical, as it should be. So there doesn't need to be, crazy action. You don't need to fight. But I thought there would be a little more action at the end. Another spoiler. Them monkeys, they start growing wings and they go crazy. And then the witch, and then Elphaba, right? Our amazing Elphaba starts discovering like more of her power. She starts riding the broom and like going all over the place. And so I'm like, whoa, shit, it's about to go down. And yes, there is a little bit of little zapping, a little flying around, but man, I want like a whole war going on, man. We need this side versus this side. But none of that happened, and they just ended it in a way that it was good. It's definitely a cliffhanger. It definitely shows that there is going to be a part 2. At this point, you should know. There is a part 1, there's a part 2. So, I know it's going to happen. But anyways, on to the next. Your boy became a huge Elphaba fan. Okay, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, the movie's great. I mean, the visuals are amazing. Songs were a little so-so. But Elphaba, girl, you amazing. Cynthia, you're amazing. Okay. I just thought that her standing up, her not caring, or, of course she was like the odd one out and she was the outcast and the minimalized and marginalized, but yet she was tough. She was all green like Shrek, but it's fine. I was like, whoa, it kind of threw me off in the beginning. I'm like, she's a little too green, man. And I get it. I see why. Them little munchkins in the world was kind of a little, get away from me. But man, you know what? She stood her ground and she's tough. She wants to do what's right. She's willing to protect and sacrifice. I just became a fan of Elphaba and Cynthia, the actual actress, the amazing Color Purple. She's done amazing musicals. She's amazing. And so that's why I literally became a fan. And like, she's true to herself. You look at her. She cut her hair like crazy, jewelry, and like, I mean, I thought she came from Wakanda or something, because I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Like the outfit, it's beautiful. I love it. And so that's why I'm like, look at her. She's just open about it. She's free. She doesn't, I doubt she cares what people think, how they think of her, how she looks. And yet she's out there and like, it's amazing. So I became a huge Elphaba fan. So hence why I try to wear a little green, and you know what I'm saying? But that's shout outs to you. And a little thing about Cynthia. This is so random. She has a full name, guys. It's. I just thought it was interesting. I'm gonna attempt to say her full name. It's crazy. It's long. So it's Cynthia Onyedinamasu Chinasawuku Erivo. Woo! And you know why I'm saying that? And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of it. It's because I'm fascinated with names. Because my name, the last name is just the letter O. That's a whole nother podcast. But just know that my name is just a letter. David O. So that's why I'm always called, like, I'm like always interested with people's names and like last names. And this name her actual name is super long and it's crazy. And so that's why I just wanted to bring that fact. And she was born, random fact, she was born on January 8th, 1987. She got she's just a little bit on me, but her birthday's coming soon. So wish her a little happy birthday. Happy birthday, Cynthia. By the time this goes out, it might be your birthday. So happy birthday. If you ever see this, I'm a big fan. So why don't you come on this show and, talk to your boy. You're amazing. So, and she was born in London, by the way. Her accent is amazing, and she's the nicest. I've seen so much interviews between her and Ariana, and they're like legit best friends. And I thought, in the beginning, like in the movie, it might be a little fake, it might be a little movie actress stuff, but man, when you see them interact, they are emotional. For those that know, they do get emotional, and I appreciate that. They get vulnerable, and so it's pretty beautiful to see Ariana and Cynthia. And we'll get to Ariana soon too, which Ariana, she did amazing. I thought, her role was like, it could have been better, but, it's totally different. Because I don't really know Ariana like that, but I thought her playing Glinda was, I thought that was honestly just her, like kind of shallow, a little self-centered, all about social status. But when you get to know the real Ariana, she's actually like extremely nice, very polite, seems like she's pretty humble about everything, And so I thought that was really amazing. And go Ariana. Good job, baby. You are good. And I always respected you as an amazing pop singer, and your vocal range is amazing. And I thought she did an amazing job. So Ariana, if you see this too, why don't you come on over this show? You bring Cynthia with you, and we'll have a nice little conversation. And by the way, y'all, I know we always go off the script, man. We end up in random locations. Who knows? This might be the land of Oz. Take a look. It's all green. I thought this place was amazing. And I think I see the wizard over there, somewhere over there. The wizard is over there looking at me. So, hey, it's amazing. But anyways, Ariana, amazing. On to the next. And I'm going to finally, okay, you know what? I think it's been too much. It's been long enough. I'm going to give my rating, okay? My precise, exquisite, presidential overall rating, okay? Out of 10, okay? First, why don't you guys let me know what you thought of the Wicked movie, the musical, the current one. Give me a rating. I'm about to give you mine. Okay, you ready? You ready for this rating? I give it a whopping 6.2. Don't kill me. Woo! I'm sorry. I just had to give it a 6.2. I'm just being honest, man. As soon as I watched it, I said, you know what? I'm going to just give it a 6.2. I'm sorry, okay? But it's just my honest opinion about Wicked, okay? Songs were crazy. I mean, not the song. The visuals was crazy. Songs was okay. It was cool, And then, like I said, it's just my personal opinion. I'm not saying this movie it is what it is. It's great. It's amazing. All the fans probably give it 100 out of 10, okay? But your boy, okay, have to give it a 6.2, okay? But anyways, on to the next. Now, this was the things that I was waiting for, okay? This was to build you up to this point here. See, look, there's all kinds of... I'm about to go into a whirlwind. Y'all hear that? Woo! Wizard of Oz is acting up, man. I think the wizard's kind of mad at me right now. The wizard is up in the mountain somewhere. But anyways, I've written down some of the things that, of course, don't get me wrong, I searched, saw the interviews, and there's a lot of, meanings and, like, messages behind this movie, right? And I want to kind of break down some of them. I want to talk about it, get my little perspective on it. So let me talk to you guys, okay? So watch this. I love how in the movie that it doesn't show like a clear cut, especially as it builds the good and evil, right? You assume that one person is evil and you assume the other person is good, but actually it kind of intertwines again. I said intertwine twice today. I don't know what's going on today, but they intertwine in there. Like you see Elphaba, she's green and she has some kind of like hidden power. She doesn't know how to use it. And you see Glinda, where she's like, again, shallow, and she's all about social status, and she needs to succeed and stuff like that. And so I thought that was interesting. But you see Elphaba, she's like really nice, and she really cares. She cares about her younger sister, and she wants to, I guess, do what's good. And so, we all think that in the beginning, oh my gosh, Wicked, the Green Witch, let's see how evil she started off and all these little things. But, I love the movie, and I'm making it sound really simple, but it's just amazing on how, the character build up, right? That's how important, the director needs to make it. And I think he did a great job. I think his name was John Chu. But I thought he did an amazing job, kind of making it a little discreet, kind of making it a little distorted between good and evil. So I thought that was amazing. I thought that was a great point that I've noticed even watching in the movie, you know. So I thought that was an amazing point. And I read this too. It says that this movie basically, it shows that people are often judged based on their external perceptions, not based on their actions, the truth of their actions, right? So we all can look at external perceptions, right? This dude got a bald head and tattoo. This guy got like crazy tattoo, whatever, piercings in the eye, whatever, but it's easy to judge, and that's how Elphaba was judged, right? She was the only basically green, whatever, human person, munchkin in the world. And we get it, man. She's definitely the black sheep, but she was actually nice. All she was doing is basically defending herself. And she's like, why is everyone looking at me? Why is everyone judging me? And like, of course. But her true intention, her action, see, people are blinded by her heart because all they see is the external. And so, man, again, we going to therapy session one more time, guys. Okay, call 1-800-THERAPIST. Oh, and we'll talk. But anyways, I thought that was a great meeting, and so that's why we need to look at people's actions. We got to really get to know their actions and not just the external perspective. So let's try better, humans, including myself. It's easy to judge, but, let's just sit on it, see their actions, talk to them, say hello, and you never know. The bald-head, tattoo-headed man might be your doctor. Who knows? Anyways, hold that thought, all right? So anyways, let me move on. Let me talk about Elphaba's transition into the Wicked Witch, right? It's because basically society titled her, gave her this wicked name, or not the name, but like the title. They're the ones that she's wicked, saying that she's wicked. It wasn't her. All Elphaba was trying to do was trying to defend herself, was trying to protect the people. She was trying to protect the animals because the animals were very smart. And then we'll get to this. And then the wizard was afraid of it, and all these things. People that know what I'm talking about. But it was basically the people who gave her that label of being wicked. So that blows my mind. I'm like, hold on. She's not the wicked one. It's the freaking humans. Okay? There's a quote that I don't know where I heard it from, but someone said this, that they're not afraid of monsters, ghosts, or anyone else. But the most thing, right? The scariest thing in life are humans. Because you see what they did in the movie. Basically, the wizard had no power, right? But then he and the professor, Michelle Yeoh, my goodness. I didn't know she was going to be in that movie either, but she did an amazing job being that professor. But she was one of the ones that eventually used Elphaba and manipulated her, right? A human used their minds to manipulate and to use her powers to cast this spell all over Oz and stuff to stop the animals, right? And stuff like that. So at the end, wicked is to show how wicked people can be. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was crazy. I'm like, it's so true. And then you try to make other people look bad. You try to make other people the witch. But when it's ultimately you, humans, us, me, I'm wicked sometimes. And we all are at one point. But that's a good learning lesson. And I think that's a good mind opener, right? See, look at me right now. Even the sun is a little wicked right now. It's like trying to like stop him, but it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, humans, unfortunately, are the scariest, okay? So eventually that's how she became the Wicked Witch, because it was the people. And now you leave her no choice. Now she got to kill all of y'all with the little spells and stuff, because you guys are trying to make me into someone who I'm not. And I can't believe you're trying to do that. So it's crazy. So Elphaba, I'm on your side, girl, okay? Team Elphaba up in here. Ain't nobody got time for Glinda. Let Glinda just play in the hills and just be happy. Elphaba, I'm going to come find you. If you're up there in the castle, hey, we got to team up, girl, all right? We're gonna take care of that wizard, so just hold on for a second, all right? Wait for this podcast to finish, and we're going to talk about it. And so that's why I actually wanted to say, oh, yeah, I saw my nose. 1 second is, one thing that I did realize is that's how I think drug dealers, gangbangers, prostitutes, all these crazy people, right? We're all like, oh, my gosh. Don't you think society pushed them and labeled them, right? Because maybe the kid was just innocent. Maybe the kid, they all have some sort of this unfortunate, pure heart. Like the most craziest people, you never know how they started, right? So I know it's easy to blame, and we should put certain people to jail, right? If they start killing, if they start acting a fool, I get it. But man, they all have a beginning. They all have a story, and so that's why I believe that this message or this movie shows a message of first, not trying to let's not judge. I know it's hard. We judge, but let's not go further. Let's judge, but let's put it down, okay? It's okay to put it down and just like be open-minded about everything, because stop putting labels on people. You know what I'm saying? Like gangbangers and all these drug dealers. Yes, they might be disrupting community and stuff like that, but man, maybe you caused it. Maybe you're the one that pointed the finger when he was younger, and you left him no choice, and that's why he became a killer. You made him that killer. Have you thought about that? I don't know. I'm not saying I'm perfect either. I'm not trying to blame too much people, but I just wanted to open this side of your mind, okay? So I thought that was incredible message, incredible, story of Elphaba, and then, and I'm sure it goes deeper. So let me hear your thoughts also about what I'm saying, if you agree or not. So, and I also thought, friendship is definitely an amazing message that they show, right? And again, I saw this and I quote, true friendship involves acceptance, growth, and support. People can bring out the best in each other, even if they come from different worlds or have different perspectives. I love that, man. And let me not stay there, because that quote enough is for this video to get 1 million likes, because that might set you free. Okay, friendships, it's amazing. And I think that quote that you just heard is amazing. If you missed it, rewind this, go back a few steps, and hear what I just said. Okay, I thought that was an amazing message. And again, Elphaba, she fights for justice. She even though she's the odd one out, she stays true to herself. And it's hard. It's hard to stay true to yourself when the whole world is against you. I get it. But yet she stuck it through. She kept fighting. And yes, Glinda came and supported. At least if you have that one good friend, then you'll be all right. So I thought that was an amazing message. And it goes deeper. Let me keep going. There's so much to talk about. And the corruption of power. Oh my goodness. I said it earlier. The wizard trying to control, being afraid of people trying to overtake him, because he's the highest status in Oz. But then these animals started to like kind of get a glimpse of it, and like they try to, I guess, not take over, but they started to catch on to what was really happening. And so that's why he wanted to, get rid of them all and get rid of all these people who he was afraid of. And that's just power, like I have to be the strongest person. Like he wanted to stay in control, I believe. And so, there is corruption, and that's what has to do with government, right? We could relate to our personal lives. There is a corruption of power. Like people who have power, some people, they don't deserve it. Some people do deserve it. But, the world we live in, it's hard to have, a good leader or a good whatever, a president. I mean, I don't want to get into politics, but we have our own thoughts of who our leaders are, and so it is kind of, it's not the best. They're not the best, and I get it. It's hard to rule the world, but there is this awareness that we need to have of people, who use power and control for the wrong reasons. Okay, so let me not go too deep, but as I was saying, it's just so many things that I've learned, honestly. And even as I see, that's why when you watch a movie, it's good to watch it, but I think everyone should even take a little step further to just like search it, to see what other people are talking, see what other people are saying. I gave it a 6.2, but I did my part. I tried to research, and I loved it. In terms of the meaning, I give it a 10 out of 10. The meaning was amazing. Like the message that they're trying to portray, and how they use this movie to like really, showcase the realities of humankind, realities of the world, right? We all live in a world, it's all broken, and we all are broken, but we could learn, we could always grow, we could get better, we could always do what's right. That's what I appreciate about Glinda. Ariana, you did an amazing job. You wanted to do what's right. You helped your bestie, Elphaba, and you chose to do what's right. And I appreciate you for doing that. So shout outs to you. And one more time, I think I said this before, but come on this show, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, and so one last thing, guys, I just wanted to say, I saw this interview, right? It's It's actually pretty beautiful, man. Your boy kind of got emotional. I got emotional off of the interview rather than the movie. But I saw an interview between Ariana and Cynthia, and it was from Entertainment Tonight. And then it was Nichelle Turner. Man, Nichelle Turner, she's a legend interviewer, man. She used to be an NBA, and oh my gosh, I was surprised that it was her. But anyways, Nichelle Turner, gave this interview like many interviews, right? They talk about, oh, how was it playing these amazing legendary characters and being part of Wicked and all this stuff, right? And Nichelle brought up an amazing point to both Ariana and Cynthia. Was basically she mentioned that, hey, Ariana, I realized that at the end of the movie, the credits, you used your full name. So I think it was like Ariana Grande, and I apologize, it started with a B, but it was basically her full name. And then, she wanted to just kind of be this, she wanted to have like, I guess, this reset, this new person, because she's been through a lot, right? Ariana Grande, if you know her story, she's been through a lot, and that's why, hence why her body is the way that it is right now, and she's proud of it. And I think she said she's the healthiest she's been. And so she kind of got emotional because she showed that to her father, and then her father cried because, it meant that she's now like letting her hair down per se, like to reveal and just to be proud of who she is, to show off that lineage, I guess, of her family, of her ethnicity, right? And so it gave her full name, and then her father cried, and then she just, thought that it was a very emotional moment for her father to just love that moment, the fact that she used her full name, at the ending credits of Wicked. And so she started to cry, and like, I saw Cynthia also crying because Nichelle gave her this amazing point, was that Nichelle, as she was watching it, right, she shared that, she actually started crying at the point where she realized that, wow, as a black woman, this is Nichelle speaking. She's like, I got reminded that, as a black woman growing up in Missouri, rural Missouri, that, she knows what it feels like. She knows what it's like to be outcasted, right? Being the like the only black woman, in an area where there's not a lot of black people. She kind of resonated with Elphaba because, she was undervalued for her color, right? And so she was able to relate, like, all these young black people, growing up back then, like, it was hard to fit in because she was the black sheep, she was the outcast. So, I get it. It's very hard, and she started getting emotional, and then Cynthia like acknowledged that, and she couldn't hold back tears, and I thought that was very emotional, man. I started getting like a little teary too, man. It was a very emotional moment because it was so true. I think it really helps people realize, man, you know what? It's fine to be different. It's fine to be, the black sheep, So I thought that was a good little emotional moment. So anyways, I thought that was cool, and, just getting to know, I guess, more of Wicked, it gets you to realize more about the movie, the message, and I thought that was great, man. So I became a fan, kind of, maybe that 6.2 and part 2 may become a 10. Who knows? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna continue to keep up with Wicked. And so, I hope Cynthia and Ariana continues to do what they do. Hopefully I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in number 2. And Fierro and all these amazing characters and cast members, they did an amazing job. 2, 3, 4 big thumbs up. We appreciate you guys, okay? And so I think we'll end it here. I think the land of Oz is kind of getting a little darker. I think something's happening. So I think the witch is coming. Who knows, okay? So guys, stay tuned. I'm going to be back. I'm going to survive, okay? Don't worry. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the alarm notification, okay? So you know when the next episode is going to drop. Stay tuned. This was OTS. I'm getting out of here. See you guys. Bye-bye. Defying Gravity. Woo!